two big bounce backs this season. George Kittle, Brandon Aiyuk. Both guys are tearing it up right now. Both guys are on fire. And both guys were really quiet earlier in the season. Which one's had the bigger bounce back in your opinion?
Oh man. Okay, so statistically it's Kittle, but I'm going to go with Aiyuk on this one because let's just look about it. I mean, Kittle was struggling, but it's not like Kittle isn't an all-pro player already. He was voted one of the top 5 players in the NFL in 2019. This is an absolute established tight end in the league. Yeah. Aiyuk is in year 2, and he was facing an uphill battle where he was in the doghouse or he wasn't in the doghouse, whatever that situation was. It was a lot for a second-year player. He figures it out by having a conversation with his coach. He figures out how to be a pro, whatever that means, but he figures that out. And now he is
It means don't pout when you get open and Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't throw you the ball for the 18th time. Don't pout. Just take it in stride. That's what it means.
Yeah, there you go. So he figured that out, and he has been so reliable the last few weeks. He's shown up big in every single game, regardless of whether Debo's been there, Kittle's been there. He's been the consistent
he won
player
the game
there
for them last week.
all season.
He won the game for them last week. Yes. Kittle got all the credit, but Aiyuk jumped from the 4 to the. I mean, they might not have scored. They got to the 3 last week, right, and lost. So what if he gets knocked out at the 4? I don't know. I mean, they could.
I don't feel confident about it.
But he won the game. He made the effort. Good for Brandon Aiyuk.
Yeah. So I think for him, what it means for a second-year player and the way that he's played to win that game the way he did, it's got to be Aiyuk.
It's got to be. They buried him. They're like, you're good, just not Trent Sherfield good. Trent in his 19 career catches. Now, I love Trent Sherfield, and I've hung out with multiple members of his family. They're cool. He's cool. But, hey, man, he's a special teams player. Aiyuk's your first-round pick, and you were trying to send this dude a message for months. And I just really think what it was Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't throwing the ball more than 5 yards down the field, and Brandon Aiyuk was probably getting pissed. And Jimmy has more standing in the organization than Brandon. So Brandon's the one who had to work on his attitude when really it was Jimmy who had to work on pulling the trigger. And now he is. That's what I think. So Aiyuk, they buried you. They blamed you for Jimmy Garoppolo not throwing you when you were open. You were getting open. They weren't. And they're saying you didn't run hard enough. You didn't. But anyway, must be really weird to get scapegoated like that. You took it in stride, and now everyone's praising you and taking credit for your bounce back. My approach really worked. Nah, not really. It reminds me of The Blind Side, that movie, when the coach was never in the kid's corner, and then all the coaches come. He's like, "Yeah, I coached him up a little bit." Like, no, you didn't. You really didn't.
It's amazing what 6 to 11 targets a game does to a bounce back season, right?
Yeah. Anyway, definitely Aiyuk. We did the matchups.
Okay. Before we get into over/under, I want to. What's this deal? I just saw it, and obviously I retweeted it. What's the deal with just Jaquiski Tart saying you need therapy? Where did this come from?
I have no idea. Someone asked him how he feels about me, and he said I need therapy. I guess he was just joking. I don't know, but now I need therapy.
Have you ever had a run-in with them?
No. Okay, so I want to say 2 years ago during 2019, he when you could go into the locker room, he's like, "Hey Grant," I was like, "What?" He was like, "How come every time I do something bad you point it out, but every time I do something good you don't?" I was like, "That's fair. I'll point out when you do good stuff." And I swear, I feel like for the last 3 years, I've only talked about how good he is and how underrated he is and all the good stuff he does. I was like, "Oh, now I need therapy." Well, okay. Well, why are we talking about why you need therapy, Jaquiski? I think he's just a little. I don't know where he's coming from. I couldn't. I mean, he's tweeted something. I couldn't see his face. I couldn't see how he said it. Maybe he was all in good fun. I don't know. I don't really take it personally. Because, I need therapy. I would love – therapy's expensive, though. If I could get, Jaquiski Tart to sponsor my therapy, I would go. I would definitely go.
Grant Cohn's therapy sponsored by Jaquiski Tart.
Yes, that would be nice. So, you want to do a great commercial. Jaquiski, a mitzvah, hit me up. Eric says theory, Kyle keeps Jimmy Garoppolo in 2022, then goes to Lance in 2023. If the Niners don't win in 2023, Kyle drafts a new round 1 quarterback in 2024, gives him 3 years of job security. Well, that's something to look forward to. I got to say, I think that would help my hits. Just like the quarterback drama would be good, but whatever.
The drafting a new quarterback's how Grant would do it. That's the money ball. That's the money ball effect that you talk about.
Yeah, but it's so funny to me. I mean, I never said the Niners should trade up to 3. All right. I didn't think they should trade for Deshaun Watson. I was like, no, you just stay at 12 and draft a quarterback. Really, they could have done that. And Kyle, he was on record before the draft saying, I like all 5 quarterbacks. They're all starting quarterbacks. Well, yeah, except for your guy. The one guy that you traded up for is the one guy not starting. Everyone else is starting and improving. You could have just stayed at 12, man. I mean, I know Trey Lance is really intriguing, but
he wouldn't have been there at 12. And that's the pressure that's always going to be on Trey Lance. It's not that is he better than Fields or Mac, because let's just say that happens. All right. Let's just lay it. Okay. Let's say he ends up better than them. That's great. But is he enough better to account
he's never
for
going to be
2
good
more
enough,
first-round picks?
He's never
exactly.
He's never going to be good enough. They set him up for failure. I mean, honestly,
yep.
He would like Mac Jones is good, not great right now. That's not acceptable for Trey. It's not acceptable for Trey. No. Even if he were Mahomes, I mean, no, he would have to be All-Pro, Pro Bowler right away. Otherwise, Niner fans are going to lose their minds.
Oh, next year, Grant, you think the clicks are high now? Wait until Lance struggles. And you know I'm the biggest Lance supporter there is. Lance is going to struggle, and he's going to look worse than some of these guys you see right now who have had a full year to play. And when that happens, people are going to lose their freaking minds. It's not going to be good next year, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Matthew, thank you. ATL has a good road record right now. I'm concerned. Is this a trap game? Why are we assuming they are a gimme?
None of them are gimme. Not for this team. This team has not earned the gimme moniker for any one of these games at all. They're not good enough to have earned that. None of these games.
The Niners record, I mean, what they do is they win or they beat themselves. So if this is a week where they turn the ball over, they'll lose. If it's a week where they're like, on it and they're conscientious and they don't turn the ball over, then they'll win. So I'm with you, Jody. Like, it's all about the Niners. It really doesn't even matter who they're facing. They can beat good teams. They can lose to bad teams. It doesn't matter who they're facing. Will the Niners go out and be sloppy, turn the ball over this year? They're 2-4 at home. Every time the Niners win a game and people say they're back and it's a team you don't want to face and they let you down. Every time. Yeah. And this is one of these weeks where no one's picking against them. Everyone's saying Niners are back. Niners are great. Atlanta has no chance. That's when they're in trouble. Now they handled it in Jacksonville, but Atlanta's better than Jacksonville. Atlanta beat Jacksonville, so I think they beat Jacksonville. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. They probably would beat Jacksonville.
I don't know if they play.
Maybe not.